Cuba may be famous for its old American cars, with tourists flocking to take city tours in beautifully restored open-top classics. But for most Cubans, it's the old unrestored cars that provide a transport lifeline in a city with too few buses. There are around 7,500 of these privately run shared taxis in Havana. It's a hop-on, hop-off service along fixed routes with passengers filling both the front and back seats. But getting a ride has just become more complicated. The average basic fare was 10 pesos, slightly less than $50. The government, though, decided that with average state salaries, the equivalent of around $25 a month, this was too expensive. In order to protect those on low incomes, the authorities ordered that the fare be cut in half. In response, some drivers have stopped working, while others don't want to accept the new lower fares.
The immediate impact for me is desperation. I want to take a cab, but I don't know what has happened to the taxi drivers. There are fewer cars and others don't want to pick me up.
This is one of the main taxi ranks in central Havana, and when we filmed here a few months ago, it was packed with cars. Now it's half empty. Passengers are not happy, but drivers argue the new prices don't cover costs.
I don't agree with the order. The price of fuel is high. If it was lowered, then we could lower our prices. We also have to pay for maintenance and spare parts out of our own pockets, and these are expensive.
There's been a shortage of public transport here ever since the Soviet Union collapsed. China has provided soft loans for Cuba to modernize its fleet of buses, but numbers are limited. In a recent panel discussion on state television, transport officials said there were just over 600 buses in Havana today, compared to 1,700 at the height of the Soviet era, which leaves the shared ride taxi passengers struggling to find alternative ways to get around town and wondering how the issue will be resolved. Michael Voss, CGTN, Havana.